Good afternoon, children. Today we are going to start the new cell organelle, that is Golgi apparatus. Children, in the last video we have started with the cell organelles. In that we have studied endoplasmic reticulum. Children, a small recap on endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a round globule-like structure. This ER has a similar ER means endoplasmic reticulum has a similar structure like plasma membrane. It is also membrane bounded structure. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum, children. The first is RER, the second is SER. RER means rough endoplasmic reticulum. SER means smooth endoplasmic reticulum. RER, rough endoplasmic reticulum, it has a rough surface because of ribosomes present on it, and these ribosomes are mainly synthesized protein. So here, children, we can say that RER helps in the synthesis of protein, so it is RER, and that's why it is rough endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it means it is not rough surface. Ribosomes are not present in it, but it synthesizes fats, it synthesizes lipids, right, children? So RER synthesizes protein, SER synthesizes lipids, or you can say fats. So both this SER and RER together help in the building of membrane, that is plasma membrane. Plasma membrane, to building up the plasma membrane, for making plasma membrane, RER and SER both helpful, because for the plasma membrane both the substance are needed, protein as well as fat, and that's why here we can say that this RER and SER together help to building up a membrane, to building of a membrane called membrane biogenesis. Membrane biogenesis, because it helps to make plasma membrane. This is a very important function of endoplasmic reticulum. The other function also we have studied, children, that it also helps in detoxifying many poisons and drugs, right, children? For example, any particle like any chemical, any drug, or any poison substance, suppose it entered, this endoplasmic reticulum helps to thrown out of the cell. So in short, we can say it detoxifying many poisons and drugs. The one more endoplasmic reticulum function we have studied. There are total 5 to 6 functions we have studied. Next function we have also studied, children, that it increases the surface area of various chemical activities of this cell. It also keeps the cell flaccid. Flaccid means, children, fluffy. It also helps in the transportation of material between various regions from cytoplasm to nucleus. As it has a network-like structure, children, so from nucleus to cytoplasm. Why nucleus? Because this endoplasmic reticulum is attached to the nuclear membrane. So it works as its main function to transport the material from nucleus to cytoplasm, or cytoplasm to nucleus. So this is all about the endoplasmic reticulum. Now, children, today we are going to start the new cell organelle, that is Golgi apparatus. Children, Golgi apparatus, the first time it was observed, or we can say it was described by Camillo Golgi in 1898. I repeat again, children, Golgi apparatus, or you can say Golgi bodies, it was first observed by Camillo Golgi. Here it is written Camillo Golgi in Camillo Golgi in 1898. If we see the structure of Golgi bodies, it is also consists of double membrane bounded like structure, right, children, and it forms a network like structure. Now this in endoplasmic reticulum we have already studied the network like structure. Here I will show you the diagram of Golgi apparatus, children. These Golgi apparatus, children, if you see the structure, it is the folded like structure, or we can say a flattened sac like structure. This flattened like sac like structure is known as cistern. A flattened sac like structure is known as, children, cistern. Here you can see at up the spherical like structure which we called as the vacuoles. These vacuoles are mainly for the storage sac. Down you can see the globule like structure, somehow similar to vacuoles. This is known as the vesicles. These vesicles mainly includes, children, protein and lipids, enzymes, etc. So we can say this Golgi apparatus is a network, and is a network of vesicles, cisternae and vacuoles. Vesicles, children, it's mainly down you can see vesicles. These vesicles are globule like structure. These vesicles mainly includes the enzymes, proteins, lipids, etc. Up the spherical balls like structures are vacuoles. Again, it is used for the storage, children. And these a flattened sac like structure, the folded on each other. So this is all one above each other. This is a flattened sac like structure are known as the cisternae. Now, children, if you see this cisternae, they are parallel to each other. They are arranged parallel to each other. And this same, if you see the same network, we can see even in the endoplasmic reticulum. Now, children, suppose if I gave you a coin and if I say that arrange in a pile, okay, you will arrange in a pile in a neatly manner. So that we called as a stack. So here also, if you see, all the cisternae are arranged in the stack, one above each other, right? And this is known as the cisterns. The cisternae are arranged in the stack, or you can say bundles, or you can say pile, okay? And this stack is called as the cisterns. Children, in animal cell also, if we see this Golgi apparatus, now children, this Golgi apparatus is present in the animal cell as well as in the plant cell. But in animal cell, it is present near the nucleus in a form of network. While in the plant cell, it is in the form of freely distributed unit, like it is present in the freely distributed form, in the form of subunits, right, children? Or you can say in the form of yes, it is in the form of subunit form of it. In the subunit form of it is present in the cell, and in the animal cell it is present in near the nucleus, right, children? Nucleus, then endoplasmic reticulum is present, and then there is a Golgi apparatus is present. And in plant cell, it is in the form of distributed, freely form it is present. Now, when we talk about this Golgi apparatus, now there is function also, and very important function. But if you see the children, the structure of Golgi apparatus, you can see there are two phases. The first is the C phase, cis phase, and second is the trans phase. Now, what is cis phase, children? This cis phase is, it means it is towards the nucleus. Here the nucleus is present, children. Here there is a nucleus, and where endoplasmic reticulum is also present. Trans phase means it is near to the plasma membrane. Cis phase means here nucleus is present. Trans phase means here plasma membrane is present. Now, mainly the main function, or we can say very important function of Golgi apparatus is to store, modify and packages the product. In short, I can say that transportation, modification and packaging the products. Now, suppose in the nucleus, the endoplasmic reticulum is present, children. Now, these endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum, where it makes the synthesize the protein. Now, this protein, okay, it release from the nucleus, and the layer form around the protein in the form of vacuole, and this vacuole will pass through the Golgi apparatus through the, we can say, cisterns, and then it will move to the trans phase. Now in trans phase, after here, during the when it is in the Golgi apparatus, it modified, it packaged properly, and then after coming to the Golgi apparatus, it moves to the trans phase, and wherever the cell needed any if the having any intracellular target, or wherever the cell needed this protein, it transferred to that particular area. So this is the main function of Golgi apparatus, that it store, modified, packages the product. Second function, it also very important, it also helps to convert simple sugar to complex sugar. The second function of Golgi apparatus, children, it also helps to convert simple sugar to complex sugar. The third function, it also helps to involve in the formation of lysosomes. Now children, lysosomes is another also cell organelle, and this lysosomes is mainly synthesized with ER and Golgi apparatus. So here we can say that Golgi bodies or Golgi apparatus also helps for synthesize lysosomes. It also helps make lysosomes. So these are all the functions of Golgi apparatus. So I repeat again, children, Golgi apparatus, the first, it was described by Camillo Golgi. It also consists of the double membrane structure, and it is a network like structure which consists of mainly very important three things, that is cisternae, vesicles and vacuoles. Cisternae is a flattened sac-like structure which are parallel to each other and one above each other is known as the stacks. Vesicles are down, you can see a globule-like structure which mainly includes enzymes, proteins, lipids, etc. You can see up vesicles, a spherical balls-like structure which is also considered as a storage sac. These cisternae are arranged in the stack. In animal cell it is present, in plant cell also Golgi apparatus is present, but in animal cell it is present near to the nucleus. Now there are two phases of Golgi apparatus. One is the cis phase, second is the trans phase. Cis phase means towards the nucleus, trans phase means towards the plasma membrane. Now when the nucleus synthesizes the protein, nucleus in the sense ER of endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes are present. So when it synthesizes the protein, it releases this protein molecule which is covered under the vacuoles, and these vacuoles pass through this Golgi apparatus and then it moves to the trans phase. From trans phase, whichever the part of a cell needed this protein, it goes there. So in short, we can say it helps store the material, store the product, modify it and package it and transport to particular area. We can say it also helps to intracellular target. Third, it has also helps to convert simple sugar to complex sugar. And children, it also helps in the formation of lysosomes. Now children, the next, as we studied, the next is the next cell organelle, children. The next cell organelle is lysosomes, children. Lysosomes. Now lysosomes is another cell organelle, children. These lysosomes is also the membrane bound like structure, or we can say covered membrane cell organelle, children. So lysosomes is another cell organelle. Just now we have studied Golgi apparatus. The next is lysosome. Children, I repeat again, lysosomes is also the membrane bound organelle. If we see the structure of lysosome under microscope, it is a spherical and sac-like structure. Now sac means what? Something for the storage. So what does it feel? Inside the sac there are digestive enzymes are present. Lysosomes is a spherical in structure and sac-like structure, spherical sac-like structure. Now sac means something for storage, and in that sac there is something, storage material is there, in that digestive enzymes are present. So where does this digestive enzymes has come? Digestive enzymes are mainly come from the RER, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum. Enzymes, children, these digestive enzymes are made by RER, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum. Then what is the function of this digestive enzyme, children? What is the function of this digestive enzyme? Now children, these digestive enzyme, the very important function, this digestive, they break down Okay, enzymes are present, and digestive means of course for the digestion, right? So they break, it is also help mainly break down the complex sugar into simple substance, or here we can say it also helps, these enzymes, digestive enzymes helps break down the complex substance to simple substance. So here children, the first function of lysosomes, that lysosomes, the sac-like structure, in that the digestive enzymes are present. Digestive enzymes, digestive means digestion, so they break down the complex substance into the simple substance. Children, lysosomes is a kind of waste disposal system of a cell. Now why it is called a waste disposal system of cell, children? Now for example children, any bacteria, any foreign particle, any bacteria, maybe then any food particle or any virus, or we can say which is not a part of cell, suppose it entered into the cell, these lysosomes help to clean by the digestive enzymes for foreign material and warn out the cell organelle. Now of course it clean all the foreign material, but warn out the cell organelle means what? Warn out the cell organelles means at the same time, if suppose any cell organelle is damaged, not working properly, so it also helps to warn out the cell organelle. Now children, so this is again the second function of the lysosomes. The first function of lysosome, children, that it helps, these digestive enzymes helps to break down the complex substance into simple substance. Second children, lysosomes is a kind of waste disposal system of the cell, because suppose if any foreign particle entered to the cell, okay, it helps to clean it, and also if some of the organelle is not working properly, it warn out the cell organelle. Now next is children, these lysosomes are also known as the suicide bags of a cell. Now why it is known as a suicide bag of a cell? Now what happens children, sometimes during the disturbance, or if the cell is not working properly, suppose if the cell is get damaged or it is not work, if the cell get damaged, these lysosomes itself may burst. These enzymes, they comes out and they digest their own cell, they digest the lysosome, so they digest their own cell, and it's work as a suicide, so therefore lysosomes are known as the suicide bag of a cell. I repeat again, this is a third function of lysosomes. What is the third function children? Why it is known as a suicide bag? During any disturbance or in the cellular metabolism, or if any cell is not working children, lysosomes burst, it get burst, and enzymes, this is the enzymes, the digestive enzymes, they digest their own cell, okay, and therefore lysosomes are also known as the suicide bag of a cell. So this is a second function, second organelle, that is the next organelle we have studied, that is the lysosomes. The first was the Golgi apparatus and second was the lysosome. Now children, the next we are going to study, that is mitochondria. Very important children, mitochondria. You all know about this mitochondria. Mitochondria is also double membrane, okay children, mitochondria, and you know very well it is also known as the powerhouse of the cell. Now mitochondria, here children, we can see the structure. Before we see the structure of mitochondria, this is children, this is a structure of endoplasmic lysosomes. As I said, it is spherical structure, sac-like structure inside where digestive enzymes are present. Now we are going to study the mitochondria. It plays a very important role for the cell. Now children, mitochondria, a single mitochondria singular, it is known as a mitochondrion. A single mitochondria is known as the mitochondrion. Now if you see the mitochondria, the structure of mitochondria, it is double membrane, okay, outer membrane and inner membrane. Outer membrane children, you can see it has a pores on it, or we can say it as a porous. Porous means it is pores, it has a pores on it. Inner membrane, you can see folded like structure. Right children, the inner membrane, you can see the folded like structure. You can see this fold, okay children, this fold, and this fold is known as the cristae. The inner membrane is deeply folded, and these folds of inner membrane are known as the cristae. Now if you compare the outer membrane and inner membrane, the inner membrane have the larger surface area that than the outer membrane, because these are the deeply folded. If you will remove it and just stretch it, you can see it has a long surface area, it has a larger surface area than the outer surface of mitochondria. So children, here we can say that mitochondria is also the double membrane. Outer membrane is a porous, inner membrane is a deeply folded like structure. Inner membrane has the larger surface area than the outer membrane. Now children, in this inner membrane folded is known as the cristae. In endoplasmic reticulum, in Golgi apparatus, we have said cisternae. Here it is known as the cristae. Now children, mitochondria has its own DNA and ribosomes. I repeat again children, mitochondria is a cell organelle. It's having its own DNA and its own ribosomes. So therefore obviously it synthesizes its own protein. Mitochondria doesn't need to borrow ribosomes from anywhere. It has protein from anywhere, because it has own DNA and its own ribosomes. So it synthesizes its own protein. Now here we'll study, so this is all about the structure of mitochondria. Now children will study the functions of mitochondria. Now there are very important two functions of mitochondria. The first, mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell, and children, the second function, that it also helps for the cellular respiration. Mitochondria helps in the cellular respiration. Now what does it mean, cellular respiration? Now children, in the mitochondria, okay, inside we can see in the mitochondria there is the food stuff and enzymes are present. In mitochondria, it contains foodstuff and enzymes. Now these foodstuff, this foodstuffs and where enzymes are present, the oxidation process takes place. Oxidation process means what children? Gaining of O2, intake of O2, right children? So whatever the foodstuffs and enzymes are present, in presence of oxygen and enzymes, the food stuff get oxidized. Oxidized means oxidation process takes place. I repeat again children, inside the mitochondria their food stuff is present and enzymes are also present, right? Now these food stuff get oxidized. Oxidized means intake oxygen, okay, and it get oxidized and it release CO2 and water. I repeat again, the food stuff get oxidized. Get oxidized means it intake oxygen along with the enzymes and it release CO2 and water. So in this sentence we can say that in intake oxygen and exhale what? CO2, which we can say it works as a cellular respiration process. Inhale oxygen and exhale CO2. So this is the first function of mitochondria, that it helps in the cellular respiration. Second, mitochondria is also known as the powerhouse of the cell. Now why it is known as the powerhouse of the cell? Now children, the same thing is that during this process, foodstuff in that oxidation process takes place. It inhale oxygen, right, and release what? CO2 and water. Inhale CO2 and inhale O2 and exhale what? CO2, right children? Now during this process the energy is released. During this process children, the energy is released. Inhale O2 and exhale CO2. At that time energy is released. This energy is released in the form of children ATP molecule. ATP molecule, ATP, adenosine triphosphate. It is a molecule. It is a form of energy, right children? So during this process, the energy is released in the form of ATP. ATP is the adenosine triphosphate molecule. These ATP molecule utilized by the cell for energy. Children, cell also needed energy, of course, because cell does various activities, chemical activities, various mechanical and chemical activities. So cell needed energy. So from where cell gets this energy? Okay, so during this process, the mitochondria release energy. That energy is released in the form of ATP. ATP is the molecule, energy molecule, and this ATP molecule, energy molecule, is utilized by the cell. Okay, the cell get charged. Okay, ATP molecule utilized by the cell for energy. The cell become charged. This cell also need energy, right? Cells also need an energy for the various function. So in short, here we can say mitochondria work as a battery, right children? Here mitochondria working as a battery. It gives energy to the cell in the form of ATP, and therefore we call ATP cell is a currency of a cell. It is a cell currency. We called as the ATP, adenosine triphosphate molecule. This is energy, and this we called as a cell currency because it helps it charge the cell. So where this ATP molecules form, children? ATP molecules are formed from where? From the mitochondria. When the oxidation process takes place, during oxidation process the energy is released. This energy is ATP molecule. What is the use of this ATP molecule? This is the ATP molecule is the energy which is utilized by the cell, and cell get charged. So ultimately we can say that mitochondria works as a battery and it gives energy to the cell. So that's why we can see here, we say that mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell, children. So this is all about the mitochondria, children. So here I repeat again, this is the mitochondria, children. It is a double membrane. A singular mitochondria is known as a mitochondrion, right children? Now each mitochondrion is covered with the two membrane, outer membrane, inner membrane. Outer membrane has porous on it, inner membrane is deeply folded, children. If you see the surface area, inner membrane has larger surface area than the outer membrane. Mitochondria have its own DNA and ribosomes, and therefore children, it synthesizes its own protein. Now functions of mitochondria. Mitochondria, it helps in the cellular respiration, and it is also known as the powerhouse of the cell. Now in mitochondria there is a food stuff is present as well as enzymes is present. So during oxidation process, oxygen is taken by the foodstuff, by the mitochondria, and it releases CO2 and water. It means inhale of oxygen and exhale of CO2. So this process, we can say from it that mitochondria helps in the cellular respiration. The next, children, that why it is known as a powerhouse of the cell. It is known as a powerhouse of the cell because during this process, during this oxidation process, the energy is released. This energy, the name of that energy is ATP, adenosine triphosphate molecules, ATP molecules. And these energy, ATP molecules, is utilized by the cell for the energy, because cells also need energy to perform various functions like mechanical work, chemical work. So cell needed. So here we can say mitochondria works as a battery. It gives energy to the cell in the form of ATP. And children, we call these ATP molecules as a cell currency. We call this ATP molecule as the cell currency. After that, children, we have also studied about the lysosomes. Lysosomes is a spherical sac-like structure, children. Inside the lysosome there is a digestive enzymes are present. These digestive enzymes have various functions. It helps to break down the complex substance into simpler substance. Lysosomes is a kind of waste disposal system of a cell, because any foreign particle or any substance which is not part of a cell, when entered, it helps to clean by this digestive enzymes, and also it helps to warn out the cell organelle. It is also known as the suicide bag of a cell. Then after that, we have also studied about the Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus or Golgi bodies was first discovered by the Camillo Golgi. If you see, it is a network-like structure, and this network-like structure consists of mainly three things, that is vesicles, vacuoles, and cisternae. If you see this, mainly cisternae, they are flattened sac-like structure, folded, parallelly arranged. Vesicles is mainly includes enzymes, proteins and all that, and vacuoles is a sac-like structures. Now together it makes this Golgi apparatus. It has the two phases, one is a cis phase and second is a trans phase. In that, the cis phase is towards the nucleus, trans phase is towards the plasma membrane. Now children, this whenever nucleus or rough endoplasmic reticulum, when it synthesizes the protein, this protein is covered under vacuole, and then it passes through this Golgi apparatus through this cisternae, and then it goes to the trans phase. In the trans phase, after coming to the trans phase, wherever the cell needed any cell needed this protein, it goes to that particular area. So it helps in the transporting, modification, packaging, like store, modified and packaging the products. It also helps to convert simple sugar to complex sugar, and here we can say it also involved in the formation of lysosomes. So this all about the cell organelles, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes and mitochondria. In the next lecture, we'll study about the another cell organelles. Thank you children.